The Story of Diwali. Once upon a time in the kingdom of Ayodhya, there lived a king named Dashrath. He was a just king who ruled fairly over his kingdom with his three wives, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra. King Dashrath had four sons: Ram, the eldest, by Kaushalya, Bharat by Kaikeyi, and Lakshman and Shatrughan by Sumitra. Although Ram was the oldest, Bharat's nanny Manthara manipulated Kaikeyi into tricking King Dashrath to pass his throne to a younger Bharat instead of the older Ram. As Dashratha was a man of his word, he sent Ram into exile for 14 years. Ram's wife and younger brother Lakshman accompanied him. Although Bharat didn't want to take the crown, Ram explained that in order to protect their father's honor, he must respect his wishes. While living in the forest, Ram, Lakshman and Sita were approached by Surpanakha, the princess of Lanka. Her desire was to marry Ram. Lakshman stopped her advances by eventually cutting off her nose, a dishonor to the royal family of Lanka. Surpanakha's brother Ravan, the king of Lanka, then sought revenge by planning to kidnap Sita and marrying her. With the help of a demon friend, he transformed himself into a poor ascetic, while his demon friend took the form of a golden deer. The golden deer caught the eye of Sita, who asked Ram to go capture the animal. Ram entrusted his wife to Lakshman's protection and went off to chase the deer. Once Ram encountered the deer, he transformed back into his demon form, revealing to Ram that he had been tricked. The demon then mimicked Ram's voice and shouted, "Lakshman, help me!" This led Sita to believe that Ram needed his brother's help. At her bequest, Lakshman left, but only after drawing a protective enchantment around his sister-in-law. Once alone, Ravan, in his disguise, approached Sita, begging for alms. As was her duty, Sita went to give her offerings. Feigning that he could not reach her while she was in her enchantments, he tricked her into stepping out of the protective circle. At this point, Ravan revealed his true form and kidnapped Sita. Meanwhile, Lakshman and Ram realized that they had been tricked. On his way to Lanka, Ravan fought with Jatayu, Ram's friend from the bird kingdom, who was then badly wounded. Ram and Lakshman encountered a fallen Jatayu, who tells them that Ravan of Lanka had kidnapped Sita before succumbing to his injuries. On their way to Lanka, Ram and Lakshman encountered the monkey kingdom of Kishkinda. With the devotion of Hanuman, they enlisted the support of a monkey army. Hanuman then flew over to Lanka to ensure Sita's safety. When caught by the Lankan army, he cleverly set fire to the city and flew back to Ram and his friends. The army, meanwhile, built a bridge to Lanka with the help of the sea god. Meanwhile, in Lanka, Sita refused to be with Ravan and instead chose to stay in a garden under a tree, waiting for her husband to come and rescue her. Ravan's brother, Vibhishan, was an honest man who tried to stop his brother from this eventual war with Ram. Ravan, filled with pride, scoffed at the idea. After failed efforts of the monkey army and Ram to negotiate with Ravan, the war became inevitable. In the battle of good versus evil, good ultimately prevailed. After defeating Ravan and rescuing Sita, Ram appointed Vibhishan as king of Lanka, ushering in an era of peace and prosperity to the once corrupt kingdom. With Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman by his side, Ram was welcomed back to Ayodhya with open arms by his brother Bharat, who completely gave up his position and let his older brother take the rightful place as king. Diwali is a celebration of King Ram's return to Ayodhya, and in a way, the celebration of light and knowledge over dark and ignorance. Happy Diwali!